Hello everyone, welcome to Computerized Engineering. In this video, we will make this part, which is sort of a lid with some openings. And I have its drawing over here. Now, it may seem a little bit complicated to understand, but I have broken this down into 6 simple steps so that it's easier for you to understand. And by the end of step 6, we will have achieved our drawing. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. To begin the drawing, you will see Start Page once you open FreeCAD. So from here, click on Empty File, go to Tasks, Create Body, Create Sketch. Let's select this plane. And before we begin our sketch, let's look at step 1. Now, before we begin the sketch, the first thing that we want to figure out is how exactly do you want your part to start. Now, if you look at this part, this is the top view, and this is section BB, which means if you slice this part from this direction and then view it from this direction, you will see this yellow highlighted part like this. So if we take this profile from this section BB, create this, and then give this a revolution, we should get something like this. So this should be our step 1. We will create this profile, give this a revolution, and let's see how it's done. Let's begin with the sketch. Make sure that all of your sketch lies left side of this axis so that later we can easily give this a revolution. So first, just create a rough sketch of the profile. No, it doesn't have to be perfect. It should look something like this. Then we have 2 arcs, and in order to create those arc, click here, create arc by 3 points, and then just create 2 arcs like this. Then continue with the sketch, which is something like this. Okay. Now let's give it some constraints. Now this line should be vertical, and both of these lines should be collinear, meaning they should lie on the same line. So select both of these points and choose this. Now you can see they are collinear. If you have any disconnected points, make sure they are connected using constraint coincident. This is vertical, this is horizontal, and this is also vertical. This and this should be collinear, so select these 2 points and choose this. Now these are collinear, and this is horizontal. Make sure no other point is disconnected. Okay, now let's proceed with the dimensions. So this one is 15 and this is 5, as mentioned over here, 15 and 5. Now let's give this dimension, which is 330 from here till here. And since we're only making half of it, so this will be 330 divided by 2. So from this axis till here, this is 330 divided by 2. Okay, let's align this again. And also make this point and this point collinear. Yeah, this is good. Now the center of our these arcs, let's select both of them and make them coincident, and then select this point and this axis and make this coincident as well. Okay, yeah. Now let's give this dimension, this one, 97.5. So this point is 97.5 millimeters below this line that we see here. So here and here, this is 97.5. Now let's give the dimensions for the arcs, which is 197.5 and 187.5. So this one, 197.5, and this one, 187.5. Okay. Now let's also give this dimension 375, so it's from here till here, and since we're only making half of it, this will be 375 divided by 2. Okay, now for this one, let's put this side by side so that it's easier for us to follow. Okay, so this is 12, this is 12 as well. So let's just give one of this dimension, and for the other one, select both of these and make them equal. Okay, good. So this one is 70 from here till here. 70. And let's give this dimension 50. So this will be 50 divided by 2, since we're only making half of it, and this one is 90 divided by 2. Okay, what else is left? Okay, so this one is 115. So from this part till here, 115. So from here till here, 115. And the last thing we have left is this one, which is 70. So from here till here, this is 70 divided by 2. So our sketch is fully constrained. Let's close this and go to model, make sure the sketch is selected, and then choose revolution. This will automatically detect the axis of revolution. Click OK. So this is the end of step 1. And in step 2, we will create this feature and then use polar pattern to change the occurrences to 6. So let's see how it's done. Choose this face and begin your sketch. Let's create reference sketch and create a circle, and then go to this option, create arc by 3 points, and just create an arc like this. Now make sure this point lies on this axis. For that, select both of them and choose constraint coincident, and select this point again and this circle, constraint coincident again. Okay, let's give this dimension. Actually, you know what, let's make both of these equal. Yeah, and make these coincident as well, this as well, and let's give it dimension, which is 25. Now let's select this option, trim edge, to trim these extra edges away. So we should be left with a fully constrained sketch. Let's close this and give this a thickness. Make sure your sketch is selected, and here select up to face and choose this. So you should get something like this. Now we can see we also have some fillet over here of 6.5. So let's proceed with that. Select this option, fillet, and choose the first edge and the second edge. Change this to 6.5. Now let's proceed with these two holes over here. So the first hole, which has a diameter of 28, is 2 millimeter deep, and the second one, which has a diameter of 15.5, is all the way through. So let's proceed with this. Select this face, begin your sketch, create a reference geometry so that you can have a center point. So 28 and 15.5. Let's close this, deselect your sketch and only select this circle. Go to pocket and change the length to 2. Now click here and then select your sketch, press spacebar so that you can view your sketch again. Now only select this circle, go to pocket again and change this to through all. Now we are done with this feature. Now we just have to give this a polar pattern. For that, make sure that you select all of these features, press Ctrl to select all of them, and then go here, polar pattern, change the occurrences to 6, and you should get this, press OK. So this is the end of step number 2. Let's proceed to step 3, where we have to create this feature that we see here. And in order to begin, first what we have to do is create a datum plane, because you can see we will start from here, and this plane is 105 millimeters from this face over here. So let's do that. So go over here, create a datum plane, and in your first and only reference, select this face, and then change the attachment offset to 105, and just make sure it's on the correct side, so flip side, and OK. Now let's continue with the sketch. Select this plane and begin your sketch. So we have to create 3 slots. For that, just go here, create slot, click here so that you can view the sketch unblocked. Okay, now let's proceed with the dimensions. So this one over here is 37.5, the length between the 2 points, and the bottom point is 80 millimeters above this horizontal axis. So let's do that, 80, and wait. First, what we can do is give these dimensions, so 10, 15, and 25. So 10, 15, 25. And let's align them. So this point and this point coincident. Also this point and this point coincident. Similarly here as well. So first let's do this one. So 37.5 here to here, 37.5. Now select all of these points and make them coincident. Our sketch is fully constrained. Now we can exit our sketch, hide the datum plane, and deselect the sketch, and only select this portion of the sketch. Press Ctrl to select this portion and go to pad. Okay, we can see this doesn't change anything, and in order to do that, click here body and change the allow compound to true. Now again press Ctrl to select this portion of the sketch, go to pad, and now you can see we get this pad over here. So change this to up to face and click on this face. Okay. Now let's create the openings that we see over here. So this one, which has a radius of 15, is 20 millimeters deep, and this one, which has a radius of 10, is all the way through. So let's do that. Click here, press spacebar, and now press Ctrl and select only this portion of the sketch. Go to pocket and change this to 20. Again, view your sketch, press spacebar to do that, and only select this portion of the sketch. Go to pocket and change this to through all. Press OK. So you should get this. And This is the end of step number 3. Let's proceed to step 4. Now I have broken down step 4 into further steps. Let's begin by step 1.1. So in step 1.1 we have to create this cylinder which has a diameter of 90, and it is located 120 degrees from this axis over here on this line. So let's do that. And also we have to create a datum plane, and this time, yep, this is 95 millimeters from this edge over here. So let's do that again. Let's go to create datum, select this as our reference, not this, let me just delete this face. Well, it doesn't matter if it's over here or here, so let's change this to 95 and flip side. Okay, select this plane, begin your sketch. So let's create a circle over here which has a diameter of 90 millimeters. Let's create a line over here as well. Let's connect this over here. So this line is 120 from this axis, and its center is located 100 millimeters from this axis. So that means this is 100. Okay, our sketch is fully constrained. Let's close this. And actually, you know what? Let's go back to the sketch and change this to construction. Okay, close. So let's hide this datum plane, select this sketch, and now we have to give this a thickness by choosing pad, and the thickness it's given over here. So we started from this edge, so it's 8 plus 12 plus 35. So 8 plus 12 plus 35, and it's in opposite direction, so make sure you check reversed, and you should get something like this. So this was our step 1.1. In step 1.2 we have to create this opening over here which has a diameter of 43.5 and its depth is 8 plus 12. So let's do that. Click here, begin your sketch, create a reference sketch. So this one is 43.5. This is fully defined. Close, create a pocket, 8 plus 12. Okay, good. Now in the next step of this same step 4, we have to create this chamfer that we see over here, and it's given, its dimensions are given here. So the chamfer has a length of 8 and an angle of 45. So let's do that. Select this edge and then go to this option, chamfer. Change this to distance and angle. Make sure this is 45 and change this to 8. Click OK. So this is the end of our step 3 in step 4. And now in step 4 or step 4, we have to create this datum. And then in step 5 of step 4, we have to create this cylinder that we see over here. So first, let's proceed with this datum plane. And this datum plane is located here. So 100 plus 45 plus this small length which is given over here, 5. And again the angle, it should be 120 from this. So let's see how it's done. Let's select this plane and begin our sketch. So let me just rotate. Let's click here so that we can view our sketch. You don't have to make this in construction mode, otherwise we won't be able to see this. So let's leave it like this. So this is 120 and this was 150. 150 because 100 plus 45 plus 5. So our sketch is fully constrained. Let's exit and let's hide this. Here we have our reference for the datum plane. Go here, create a datum plane, select this line and this point, and make sure you change this to normal to edge. Okay, this is good. Press OK. Now we will begin our sketch on this plane. So let's select this plane and begin our sketch. Let's change this. Let me hide the datum plane and return to my sketch. Now let's create a reference sketch over here. And the reason for that is because the center of this cylinder that we create over here is located 8 plus 12 plus 15 millimeter from this edge over here. So and its dimensions are given over here. So this diameter is 30 and this smaller one, its diameter is 12. So 8, 12 and 15. So let me just create this one. This one is 30 and this one is 12. Let me give this dimension from here. So this was 8 plus 12 plus 15. Okay, this is good. Let's close. Deselect your sketch and only select this portion of the sketch. Go to pad and change this to up to face and then choose this face. Okay. Now click over here and view your sketch by clicking on this eye icon, or you can select this and press spacebar. Now only select this portion of the sketch. Again, go to pocket and change this to reversed. Yeah, we forgot to do one thing, which was this step 3. So in step 3 we have to create this opening, which is this diameter 65. So it is located on this face and it's all the way through. So just click here, begin your sketch, create a reference geometry so that you can snap this one. So 65, close, and pocket through all. Okay. Now you can see, yeah, now you can see this is visible and it should be until here. Yeah. So this is good. Let's hide this sketch. And so this is the end of step number 4. In step 5 we have to create this part over here, and this is located 20 plus 75. So again 95 millimeters from this face, and for that we can use the previous datum plane that we created. So that was not this one, this one. Yeah, let's rename this. Let's call this datum plane 95 mm. So let's begin our sketch on this plane. Let's create a reference over here. Let's click here. Create a circle and create a rectangle like so. Create a reference over here as well. First, let's hide the datum plane. Yeah, let's come back to tasks. Okay. Let's select both of these, make it coincident. Yeah. Okay, select these 2 points and this axis and choose this constraint symmetric so that it's symmetric like this. Now the next thing, let's make this coincident and let's make this equal. Now let's give this dimension. So this is 30 millimeters. 30. And let's cut the extra sketch. So this one, also this one, and yep, this is good. Now this is under constraint. Let's quickly fix this. Let's connect this. Okay, now our sketch is fully constrained. Let's click over here. Okay, let's close this. Make sure your sketch is selected. Go to pad and in type change this to up to face. So you should get something like this. Press OK. Let's proceed with rest of the steps. Now we have to give a radius over here of 20 millimeter. So click over here, fillet, and choose this edge and change this to 20. And now we have to give this, and now we have to make this hole over here, which is 137.5 from this axis, and its diameter is given over here. So M16 into 2, which means there are two M16 holes over here. So this is the first one, and this should be the second one. So let's do that. Select this face, begin your sketch, and create a circle, 16 millimeter. Let's give this dimension. So this is 75 millimeters from this edge and 137.5 from the axis. So let's create a reference geometry first so that we can easily snap our dimensions, and click here. So from here till here, this is 75, and from here till here, this is 137.5. Let's close this, and while your sketch is selected, go to pocket and through all. Okay. Now the final thing in this step is this M12 hole over here. Let's do that. So this is 100 millimeters below this horizontal axis. So click here and begin your sketch. So this has a diameter of 12, and it is located 100 millimeters from this axis. Let's close this. Now before I proceed, I just want to mention that we can see this does not have a flat end. This has a tapered end, and it has a depth of 24 until here, and all the way through it's 30. So let's do that. For that, make sure this sketch is selected. Go to hole and change this to, actually, you know what, we can change the profile to isometric fine profile, and here we can choose M12 1.75, but it's not given over here. So instead let's choose this one, and the depth is 30, and yeah, the drill point, it's angled instead of a flat one. So yeah, this is good. And okay, let's proceed to the last step, which is step 6, and over here we just have to create this final feature. Now this is located 82.5 from this face over here, so we have to create additional datum plane. So let's do that. Let's create additional datum plane. Select your reference, and in attachment offset, change the Z direction to 82.5, and make sure the direction is in the correct side. Okay. Now let's begin with the sketch. Click here, begin your sketch. Let's create two circles over here and let's assign them dimensions. So this one has a diameter of 30 millimeter and this one has a diameter of 16 millimeter, and they are located 80 millimeter from this vertical axis. Okay, now in order to see your sketch, just click here, view section, and let's continue. Now in order for you to clearly see the sketch, let me hide the datum plane. And now let's continue the sketch. Let's choose this option, create rectangle, and create a rectangle like this. Select this circle and this point and make them coincident, and select this line and this point and make them coincident as well. Now let's trim the extra edges, which is this one, this one, this one, this, and let's assign some dimensions. So this one is 15, and let's see what's under constraint. Okay, so select both of these and make them tangent, and also these. Okay, everything is fully constrained. Let's exit the sketch, and while your sketch is selected, go to pad and give this a thickness of 20 millimeter. Okay, make sure this is in correct direction, choose reversed, and okay. So this is the end for step number 6, and this is also the end of this tutorial. So this is our final part, and we can just have a quick clipping plane view just to make sure everything is okay. Okay, so this is the end for this tutorial. Thank you for watching. Take care and see you in next video.